The National Industrial Court of Nigeria has issued a restraining order on the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, and its members from embarking on the strike scheduled to commence on the 12th of January. And as new alliances reshaping Nigeria's political balance, the politics of Rivers State, and the dynamics of 2027 politics is shaping up. We'll be speaking with one of a major political player in the land tonight. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimale right here in Abuja. We've got some of your major stories making the rounds tonight that we will begin with. And this one is coming from the court. There is an ex parte order which the federal government has approached the National Industrial Court in Abuja, asking it to stop and halt the action of the National Association of Resident Doctors from embarking on their planned nationwide strike, which is to commence on the 12th of January 2026. In the court order, the National Industrial Court has now issued that restraining order on NARD from embarking on that strike following an application by the federal government and the Attorney General of the Federation. Well, the resident doctors say this action does not erase what they describe as the government's failure to implement agreements that have been made and reached few weeks ago, including unpaid arrears, allowances, and unresolved employment issues affecting hundreds of doctors across the country. All right, then. We bring you some of your major stories across the land in our political roundup.
The Nana Usman LP leadership of the Labour Party LP has affirmed Abia State Governor Alex Otti as its national leader and is wishing the party's presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi, well, following his decision to join the coalition African Democratic Congress ADC. The party's national secretary, Senator Darlington Nwokocha, disclosed this in a communique, saying the decision followed a meeting by the LP's National Working Committee (NWC). They explained that the party reaffirmed the Supreme Court's judgment of April 4, 2025, which held that the tenure of Julius Abure as national chairman of the Labour Party had elapsed. Meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress ADC has begun the process to review its constitution ahead of party primaries for the 2027 general elections. National chairman of the party, Senator David Mark, who inaugurated the committee in Abuja, says the formal inauguration of the party's 22-member Constitution Review Committee is to represent all interests within the party while strengthening existing principles. The committee is led by Mr. Etigwe Uwa and supported by several other party stalwarts, including Emeka Hildoa, Eyinaya Abaribe, Raf Nwosu, Professor Mohammed Sani Bello, amongst others. The senator representing Abia North Senatorial District, Senator Orji Uzokalu, has asked members of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State to actively participate in the party's ongoing electronic registration exercise, as well as the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) voters registration ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking to journalists after addressing party members at his residence in Igbere, Senator Kalu says participation in the e-registration exercise is crucial if the party hopes to secure victory for President Bola Tinubu, himself and other APC candidates in the next polls, just as he expressed confidence that the APC is fully prepared for the 2027 elections. Former Senate leader and Oyo State ambassador for the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folari, has condemned the deadly attack of the National Park Office at a local village, Oyo State, describing it as a grievous assault on peace and security. Addressing supporters of the APC in the Bora area of the state, Senator Folari expressed deep sorrow over the killing of 5 National Park Service Forest Guard officers who lost their lives while carrying out their lawful duties. He further appealed to residents of Oriri local government area and other border communities to remain calm and vigilant. The chairman of the Abuja branch of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Okechukwu Emeleze, has raised an alarm over the resurfacing of one-chance operators in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, asking the Nigerian Police Force and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Yesubuke, to change their strategies and make the nation's capital safe for residents. Lawyers today dressed in black converged on the association secretariat for a peaceful walk to the FCT Police Command. Their concerns rise from the recent tragic killing of a female lawyer, Ms. Princess Ochiwo, Mediatrix, on January 7th this year, and a nurse, Ms. Chinemerem Chukwumeziam. In Delta State, the Labour Party governorship candidate in the 2023 election, Mr. Kawarebe Pella, has defected to the African Democratic Party alongside former candidates of the National Assembly, State House of Assembly, and local councils. Addressing the supporters, Mr. Pella says his show was driven by the desire for a political system anchored on integrity, public service, and strong institutions rather than personal allegiance and empty rhetoric. The Georgia Council has condemned the impeachment proceedings against Governor Similayi Fubara by the Rivers State House of Assembly. At the news conference in Port Harcourt, president of the organization, Mr. Alaye Theophilus, condemned the impeachment notice describing the move as against the wishes of Rivers people. The Center for Energy Governance and Public Finance Accountability has strongly rebutted claims by the African Democratic Congress, ADC, regarding President Bola Tinubu's cancellation of the legacy debt owed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to the Federation account. Addressing the news conference in Abuja, the group described the ADC's allegations as unfounded and misleading. Lastly, controversies raging in Osun State over a forensic audit conducted by a consulting firm over the state payroll system. The government of Osun State has been accused of refusing to pay the payroll verification contract, which was said to have uncovered massive fraud in the state's public service. At a press conference in Lagos, the firm said it was contracted by the Osun State government in April 2023 to audit and re-engineer the state payroll and carried out a statewide physical and biometric verification of workers and pensioners. According to the company, the exercise revealed more than 8,400 ghost workers and billions of naira in fraudulent salary payments, cutting the state's genuine monthly payroll from about 4.48 billion naira to 3.34 billion naira and saving Osun over 13.7 billion naira annually. Despite completing the assignment at a cost of over 600 million naira and submitted its final report in June 2024, the firm says it has not been paid as stipulated under the contract.
Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Let's get to our major story for tonight. On the 12th of January, which is supposed to be Monday or so, the National Association of Resident Doctors have planned a nationwide strike, which should affect almost about 90 or 100 health institutions across the country if that strike action happens. But today, the federal government has approached the National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja, and the court is granted an ex parte order restraining the Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors and two of its officials from embarking on any form of industrial action from the 12th of January 2026. Justice Sublime granted the interim injunction, a suit marked NICN ABJ 06-2-2026 and filed by the FG and the Attorney General of the Federation against NARD, Dr. Mohammed Sulaiman and Shuaibu Ibrahim. The association said that it will embark on industrial action based on the fact that the federal government has reneged on its promises of meeting its demand. The association has put out and has also informed Nigerians on social media about the intention to go on the strike based on the demands numbering of 10 or more, based on what they said they've agreed with the federal government in the past. And we've been keeping tabs with what is going on. We now know the intention of the federal government. They do not want the doctors to go on strike, and the doctors have been holding meetings, and we have the president of the Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Mohammed Sulaiman, who is live on the telephone with us tonight on the program. Thank you so much, NARD president, for joining us. Now, you've heard and you...
Very much for having me, and good evening.
Good evening. You heard about the federal government's move at the industrial action. Now, the court has given, the industrial court is giving an ex parte order, which means that do not go on strike. You plan that strike to be early next week, isn't it?
Indeed, and I can tell you my members are not perturbed. My members are not shaking at all. We actually envisioned this, and even when we went on the NARD strike, Total Indefinite and Comprehensive 1.0, at the late part of last year, we actually anticipated no work, no pay, or even court injunctions would even come earlier than this. I can even tell you in 2014, the previous government of this country sacked the entirety of resident doctors in Nigeria. I can tell you for free that the issues at stake at this moment requires all of that. So they should go ahead and throw the no work, no pay. They are throwing the court injunction. I mean, we're looking at it, but probably even mass sacking of doctors will follow. It is not new or strange in Nigeria. I can tell you that the resolve of my members is not shaking. It's not shaking at all, if it is with respect to this issue.
But if you look at it, the federal government says they've made some structural adjustment, some institutional adjustment. And I mean, I've had conversation with the minister, the ministers of health, Dr. Pate and the Minister of State for Health, who have said that there is no government in this country that has been more committed to meeting the demands of workers, especially in the health sector, than the government of the day. And they are trying to make sure that not only now, but in the nearest future, but what they were asking from you is patience. Is it possible that that patience could come? Is the government reasoning with you? Are they talking with you? Or you're just left in your own agitation?
Honorable Coordinating Minister for Health, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, and the Honorable Minister of State for Health, Isia Kondo Salako. You know, these are senior colleagues in the profession. We have nothing but respect for them. But let us dwell into the issues. We came with 19 issues. We signed on these 19 issues. We went back home, suspended our action based on the MOU that we signed. And after this, we wrote a reminder letter in the middle of December. Several visits to many agencies of government to try and sort out all these issues. Nothing. Zilch. Nothing moved. After we declared our strike, we started hearing after we declared that we're resuming the strike, we started hearing in the pages of the newspapers and on social media that movements were being made. We have sat down to look at the context and the structure of this movement. And I'm telling you, up until now, palpable gains are still in the process. A lot of things are still in the pipeline. What the NEC is saying is take these issues to a finality. Take them to a finality. Now, I can tell you, well-meaning Nigerians have intervened. Well-meaning Nigerians have come into the conversation. So from Monday, 5th of January to today, I can tell you, Ministry of Health is running around to see how they can bring in 1 or 2 things to solve 1 or 2 problems. But there are 16 items on that table. And out of those 16 items, NEC is saying these issues must be resolved. Now, there's the idea that, okay, why don't you be more patient? I mean, we signed the MOU on the 27th of November. Strike was supposed to start on the 27th of December. NEC carried it. And at the beginning of this year, we had a meeting. We still carried, still gave more days. And then at the close of work today, I'm hearing from social media that court injunction has been served. I'm even hearing no work, no pay documents have been released. When we are discussing and we're on the negotiating table, we should do it in good faith. By the time you begin to bring out armories and arms like this, you don't want to negotiate in good faith. And that is why I'm making it very clear that the resolve of our members is not shaken by all this. All this was factored into the decision to embark on this action.
So, Dr. Suleiman, are you saying that you are going ahead? Just a moment, Dr. Suleiman, if you can hear me. Are you saying that you and your colleagues at NARD are going ahead on Monday with the nationwide 2.0 strike?
Unless the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors says otherwise.
What about the court order of today? Are you ignoring that?
Are we ignoring the suffering that doctors are going through in this country? Are we ignoring the suffering patients go through because doctors are exhausted and frustrated and tired and have difficulties even executing their jobs? Are we going to ignore that?
But Dr. Suleiman, look at it. The federal government is saying that out of 15 or so demands that you have made, about 7 has been statutorily and effectively met. And they claim that the federal government has fully paid the 7 months arrears of 25% and 35% of
arrears
comments.
Of 35%. We still have over 2,000, almost 3,000 of our members that are yet to be paid for those 35% arrears. The professional allowance table that has been corrected, it is only now that we're discussing perhaps service-wide vote will capture it. That service-wide vote, there are issues with it. These arrears that we're even talking about, 25%, in 2023, it was said to be put inside the service-wide vote. It wasn't paid. In 2024, it was put in service-wide vote. It wasn't paid. In 2025, it was put in the service-wide vote. The president of the country had to make special provisions when doctors agitated for that money to be paid. So are we saying these arrears again, we'll have to go through that route of waiting for it, service-wide vote after service-wide vote, and waiting for the president of the country to especially intervene before they are captured in the budget? So the demand
it is no retreat, no surrender.
In January.
Just a moment, it is no retreat, no surrender. It does look to me that your conversations with the federal government is not yielding any result. And whatever move that this federal government is making and the Ministry of Health is not really meeting your demands and you're not satisfied.
We've had good faith conversations. I must confess that. But then after having good faith conversations, you're now seeing papers. We've given ourselves, this is what needs to happen, this is what needs to be done, this is what is supposed to be done. And then papers are flying to say no work, no pay, to say cut injunction. I'm only saying it on social media anyway. So what exactly do you want members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors to feel like? You know, we have to be very circumspect about
you look at it, Dr. Suleiman, if I may bother you quickly. You look at it, you know the implication of you and your colleagues down tooling. It means that almost 90 or so medical facilities across the country are going to be shut down or be inactive, you realize. And the danger that will pose to the health and the ability of Nigerians to receive medical attention. Isn't that something that one needs to think about? The health of the average person who will be suffering between, in the midst of the fight between you doctors and the federal government.
Well, so let me end our conversation with this. Right now, we are in conversations, we are in discussions with the federal government team. I would hope that this night, from this night to tomorrow to Sunday, a lot of things are going to be done in the proper way, so that the National Executive Council will now look at it, not in the context of cut injunctions and no work, no pay. In the context of, okay, this has been done, X, Y, Z has been done, okay, this is an evidence that good faith is on the table. Since these things have been done, let us see how we can also give understanding to government. It's in that context that I want us to look at the conversation.
Yeah. In ending this conversation, Dr. Suleiman, and it's important for my viewers tonight to know and the nations to know what exactly is going to be their fate, especially because I was saying on the program the other day, my plumber who told me about his 2-year-old that died because of doctor strike. This is a very, very sad scenario on the implication of what could happen. And this is the NARD doctor strike 1.0. But look, there are allegations from some quarters that you and your colleagues are being backed by opposition ADC to ground Nigeria health sector. How do you react to that kind of allegation that you're doing the bidding of the opposition?
Two things shown. One, if these conversations yield these results that we are having currently, if these conversations we're in now leads to palpable things on the ground, which I'm very hopeful they will, I can tell you NEC will favorably look at this. With respect to the allegation that NARD is involved in 1, 2, or 3 things, I'm a clinician, I'm a doctor. I've never been involved in anything politics. My teachers know. These doctors that are heading the Ministry of Health know that we are resident doctors and we only serve Nigerian patients. Let me end with this, and I want to emphasize this. The conversations on the table, the palpable gains dropping, once they drop, I can tell you NEC will review its position.
All right. Dr. Mohammed Suleiman is the president of the National Association of Resident Doctors. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was important for us to bring on board that conversation, hoping that Dr. Suleiman was going to be able to be in the studio, but he was in the middle of a meeting which you had to drag him out and have this conversation, because that is very, very important. Well, let's look at Nigeria's politics and how these affect you. Whatever you're seeing in Rivers State today and the political storm that is brewing, and that's whether or not the House of Assembly members who have made a move, an impeachment proceeding against Governor Fubara succeeds with it. We've heard what the Ijaw Youth Council has said. They rejected it and asked the president to weigh in on this matter. But you know that there is one man who is at the center of Nigeria's politics since 2023, when himself and some of his colleagues were called the G5, made some decision about the PDP. And that action has dovetailed in what is crumbled the People's Democratic Party today and caused an exodus out of the party, and has now empowered the ADC, which has now become a major political force in Nigeria. We've seen recently the defection of the 2023 the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, was equally moved to the ABC. But in all of this, for those who know the capacity of those who are playing in this game, are saying that 2027 is going to be a very, very important politics in Nigeria. We'll take a break, everyone, but when we return, I'll be speaking with my guest, who is a former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, a good friend of Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister. The dynamic political game in Nigeria, the chessboard is becoming quite intriguing. How will this game pan out? Ayo Fayose will be joining us after this break, everyone. Join us again. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on the program. I already told you about our conversation tonight, which will be the politics of Nigeria, the dynamics that we're seeing for ahead of 2027. Well, if there is someone who knows Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, it will be this man who is on the program tonight. He's Ayo Fayose. He's a former governor of Ekiti State, who is live for us in Lagos. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you very much, Shehu, and good evening, Nigerians.
Good evening. It looks like you changed your frames. You're looking younger than is it not you that celebrated 65th the other day? And your looks are deceitful right now. You're looking 45. What's the trick?
Shehu, your age is how you feel. And I feel good. I feel good. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's begin the conversation. You see what is happening in Ekiti. And, calling you yesterday night, I wanted to know how your mind works and what is going on in the politics of Rivers State. You are still a member of the PDP, like you told me earlier on this program. But whatever that is going on, there are those who are talking and debating about the role and the hand of your very good friend Nyesom Wike in the scheme of things. When you spoke with your friend, what are your thoughts about what is going on?
Well, if at all there's a conversation like that, well, it will remain personal between myself and Governor Wike. But if you're asking about my relationship with Governor Wike, it's cordial. It's a fantastic gentleman, like every other person. And by my experience as a former governor who was at one time was impeached, and I won the case back at the Supreme Court on my re-elections. So I have observations and views that I could express in line with the current situation in Rivers State. But we should recall that a beautiful girl, very beautiful girl, charming young lady, has a father. All the people that wants to devour the girl, all the people that wants to love the girl, all the people that believe genuinely or whatever benefit, they should remember that the young girl has a father, has a background. Somebody trained that girl in school. Somebody nurtured the girl. Somebody gave the girl education and made her presentable. That is the summary of what I would see between the governor of Rivers State and Governor Nyesom Wike. I had said it on this platform before. I've said it before. I was a supporter of Austin Okpara, who was a candidate, who was an aspirant in Rivers State in 2023. I was supporting Austin Okpara, the former House of Reps, Deputy Speaker House of Reps. But one night, we were traveling from Abuja, and I was hiding that from Governor Wike, but we were both seated at the back of the car. So for me to read his mind, to be able to see if it's working with Austin, before I could conclude the statement, he said, I know where you are. I know your candidate, but I'm not going with your candidate. I am going with Fubara. And sincerely, I didn't know Governor Fubara. I didn't know him that much in the political circle. That shut down our expectation on Austin Okpara. So what I'm saying, in effect, is to take it back. There was a father of a beautiful girl. There was a father of a charming young lady who has becoming, everybody wants to talk to, everybody wants to know. Fubara is the beautiful girl that was made by a dad. A father brought him up and brought her to limelight. Let us go to the issues now. The first thing I want to remind you is that let no Nigerian governor, let them not come and tell me they don't have interest in a particular person when they are exiting. What is happening in Rivers State is happening almost everywhere. It is the management of that crisis by the sitting governor that matters. From my home state in Ekiti, we can't shy away that we have crisis. I am not a member of the APC, but I'm a stakeholder in Ekiti. We have all come together today, but the governor is managing that space very well. The governor, I remember I told the governor, even this year, whatever the relationship between you and Governor Fayemi, keep your gunpowder dry, love him, continue to tolerate all of us. My brother, the governor is the custodian of power and leadership, and he's supposed to tolerate everybody, including his benefactor. Include more to the fact that he's the father of the bride that he is today. Without mincing words, we are talking about governor of Rivers State. For somebody to help you, whichever way, to get to become the governor of Rivers State or governor of Ekiti ordinarily, I think we are indebted to such people. Let me quickly digress to Lagos State. Most of the things that is happening currently in Rivers State can never happen in Lagos State. Can never. Most recent, because Asiwaju was not part of the people, part of the decision to remove the speaker, we all saw what happened. Without Asiwaju's talking, the speaker was restored. Let us remember yesterday to be able to shape in tomorrow. Ingratitude and being ungrateful will create so much headache for anyone into it. Just before you interject, Sheung, let me tell you, the emergency rule in Rivers, the emergency rule, the suspension of Governor Fubara and the deputy, and this House of Assembly, recalled very well, was a saving grace for Governor Fubara. It was a win-win situation for Governor Fubara. Because the moment you are impeached, that's your end. That is the end. You can't be contesting. We give all glory to God. I spoke with him at the time. Asiwaju did what he did to save his face? Do we say I had a similar issue, even in my second tenure. The House of Assembly that I met were all APC, I was PDP. It was traumatic. Do we remove the House of Assembly from Rivers? No. Do we say they are not going to do a role as House of Assembly? No. Do we say that they are not supposed to take a look at the budget? Are appointments supposed to be made without them? So that when we are talking, we should forget who likes Wike. I'm not saying he's the perfect person. I'm not saying he's the best. But the question is that there's a body called the House of Assembly. Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, has not won one person out of the 26 or 27 of them, which shows they are united. And in a situation like that, having come back from the suspension, a wise governor is supposed to retreat, manage the situation. You can't have your life an investment or a support for someone and tell me that I should die a political death. In the first place, some are saying the president should remove Wike. They are jokers. The president is not like you. It's not like those making such assertions. The president hates ingratitude. A lot of problems will have happened to Governor Sanwo-Olu, but in magnanimity of the president, which shows the president is not looking away from his own state. Who does that?
Governor Fayose, let me continue. Sorry. And those who will say, I mean, there's only anyone who is successful in this life who would not be able to attribute it to someone whom they've climbed on their backs and who have helped them, either their parents or their mentors or their bosses or their teachers, no matter what, in every strata of life. But those who will say, politically speaking, whatever that is going on in Rivers State, is this not godfatherism taken too far?
Joe, let me call you short there. Let us come back to Lagos again. A speaker has been impeached, has been removed. He was abroad. Joe, leadership is leadership. Listen, I have a root. I have where I came from. Somebody gave opportunity and window. I say to you, the Asiwaju that I know hates ingratitude. Everybody hates ingratitude. If you say something taken too far, would you say it's taken too far for somebody to put you on the seat?
Describing as ingratitude. What was it that this governor has done wrong this time around? This is impeachment 2.0 on Sim Fubara. What has this man done wrong so bad that they want him out? And it looks so frustrating for the governance of that state.
You have rules of engagement. As a staff of Channels Television, the Constitution provides rule of engagement for every politician. It is when we get out of the rule, we begin to look for public sympathy. Let me tell you, I was removed as governor. I went to exile. When I came back the second time, I was a better person. The coming back of Governor Fubara should make him a better person. If you make a mistake the first time, the second time you are not supposed to go through that route. Politics is a power game. Nobody serves politics a la carte for you, with all due respect. Let me tell you, you are the one enjoying the office of a president, of a governor of Rivers State. That's not Wike. Tell me, can you come and imagine Wike is not the minister of FCT? It will become history. Some people are saying it's about Asiwaju's re-election. No, because Asiwaju's election will come first. Don't forget that. Both Wike, both Fubara, both all of them saying it's Asiwaju, they will work for Asiwaju. 2 weeks after, there will be an election for Rivers State. So, will Asiwaju now say, Wike, don't fight for your life, oh? Just sit down there, don't fight for your life. We are all aware of the understanding they had before Asiwaju. Whatever you say, anybody defending the beautiful lady, anybody defending Governor Fubara, Asiwaju is still the leader of the party in Nigeria. May I say to you, don't join Wike's political appointment to the realities on the ground in terms of him defending his political future. You all agreed. You came to some levels of agreement. with all due respect, I don't support what Governor Fubara is doing. Governor Fubara is enjoying the office of a governor. Let him calm down. Give little respect to your leader. You understand?
Everybody told us what Governor Fubara's sins are.
May I ask you?
Because it does look that you have inferred that all of these problems are political in nature. What exactly are the sins of Governor Fubara?
I agree you said they are political. Yes, they are political. You understand? They are political. Your office is not political. We are politicians. We have expectations. That's why we choose to support certain people. Let me tell you, Governor Fubara is there. Is it lawful, rightful for you to make appointments without recourse to House of Assembly, as provided by the Constitution? Is it lawful, rightful to be spending public funds without recourse to House of Assembly? Who does that? As bad as it was in Ekiti, I was too scared to make appointments. When the House of Assembly of the APC was there, all I did was to just appoint essays without things that had to go to the assembly, because I knew it will have consequences. Don't let us take away the realities. We can't disobey the Constitution. Even if you see you are not working with Wike, let us pretend. These things suddenly happen until the serving of the impeachment notices. There's a way to go about it. You can pretend and just have peace for your own self. I wasn't the same when I came back the second time. All the same, I was able to face President Buhari because I knew that the direction he would go. At last, Nigerians were able to praise my efforts. But on the seat as governor, I was careful. I looked for most of my enemies, perceived enemies. I made friends with them, like the governor of Ekiti is doing today. The governor should climb down from his high horse and remember that yesterday, somebody stood up for me. I rode on somebody's shoulder. Let him climb down on his horse. Nobody would tolerate that. Would you say we could go and sleep at home? Don't do politics again? Who does that? I don't have a baby. I'm not expected to have a baby and die with the baby.
To this point, Governor Fayose, just for a moment, the matter has gotten to this point. The lawmakers have taken this move, and interestingly, most of the lawmakers in the Rivers State House of Assembly are now members of the APC, as well as Governor Fubara. Now, if you see what is going on, unfortunately, Minister Nyesom Wike is no longer a member of, they're no longer in the same political party as Governor Fubara. Now, if you were Governor Fubara, with whatever is going on right now, can this situation be salvaged? Can he be saved? Do you think these impeachment 2.0 proceeding will get to the end, or it will be truncated like it happened the last time?
Let me say to you, Shehu, take away everything about Wike. Would you kill all the assembly members? Will you impeach them, or will you remove them? I'm saying to you again, this got to this stage because the governor probably was thinking, I'm on the high horse. Let him climb down. A lot of meaningful Nigerians can intervene.
What do you mean by climbing down? What is the definition of climbing down? To approve everything that, because the allegations are that they want him to release some funds. They want items to go into the budget. The man is refusing to accede to some of their demands. And that is what is causing is about the resources of Rivers State, and which they are accusing the governor of not acceding to. If that is a crime, if that is a sin in which he wants to be removed for, don't you think that is going to get a popular vote of the people of Rivers State?
That is the general talk of politicians, cheap blackmail. You know, when I went to EFCC, I went there myself. There was no prompting. I left the government house. I went straight there to appear before the EFCC. I said, EFCC, I'm here at the time. I did not go there and start saying it's because I was fighting Buhari. It's because I'm the enemy of Buhari. Those are lies of politicians. Then let me tell you, Wike was without holding brief for Wike, like me, no matter how small you think my state will be. Wike was a former governor of that state for 8 years. The same position Governor Fubara has been for only 2 years or 2.5 years. Wike has been FCT minister, and he was minister before. So in his poverty, let me so to speak. He now goes to beg Governor Fubara, give me money. If you don't give money, I will take you out. My brother, they said the houseboy, I'm not calling the governor houseboy, but the houseboy used wisdom to do things. Don't forget about money. All of them from River State are hard characters. When the former governor there too was there, they are all hard characters. But if you are telling me that the governor should calm down, find ways and means, it's not, peace is easier than war.
But when you say the governor should calm down, have you spoken to your friend to also calm down? Because there are those on the other side who think that your friend is not calming down, and that is the cause of all this problem. Have you told your friend to also calm down?
I take exception to that with all due respect. UK is not a member of the House of Assembly. They are not coming to take leave of the Assembly. They are not coming to take the leave for you to appoint your commissioners by Wiki. How many people from Wiki has been appointed into his cabinet? Please let us say the truth. A lot of people are attacking Wiki today. I might not like some things Wiki would do, but the fact remains we are talking about the office of the governor and somebody who has been there, who has helped you. What happens at last? Let me tell you, most people that if it's not that God has been promoting Asiwaju from one level to another, majority will have deserted him. Majority will have betrayed him. Come and imagine, for you to help people to get to power, you are the first target. The walking stick that helps the blind man is first thrown away when the blind man begins to see. That was why I told Governor Fubara, don't block the window so that you will not see wishes and aircraft. And the way things are going, the way things are going, we have to make sure that these wishes and aircraft, the Governor Fubara doesn't hear them again. A person that has fallen there at a time must take his time to walk straight and be careful. I'm telling you, this one you have brought me here. Yesterday I was telling you I probably won't be able to make it. But the reality is this. Hard situation needs hard truth. Wike is his own person. He might be hard in his style. You might not like him. But you are talking about Rivers State. Somebody has stood in the gap for you. He's not a member of the House of Assembly. If my governor is insulting me, will I be there for him? Will I be representing him the way I'm representing him?
Governor Fayose, just quickly, let me ask you, are you worried about the manner in which the Assembly members have treated and related with Governor Fubara? And that those who are saying it's concerning, isn't it, when they think that the lawmakers have no respect for the governor in the manner in which they have addressed and spoken to him, calling the governor a mistake, calling the governor a threat to democracy. When you were governor of Ekiti State, would you have allowed a lawmaker address you in that manner?
They addressed me worse than that. So I had the worst of experience in my life. The elites were on one side, I was on another side. The House of Assembly talks to me anyhow. So the office of the House of Assembly is more secure than the office of the governor. It's all sentiments. Look at the time Obasanjo spoke to me. I said my own back. Let me tell you the truth. He's not my father. We only met in politics. He did not promote me to be governor. But in the instance case, like I was going to say, he promoted Governor Fubara from this. He was Governor Fubara a politician. When somebody is magnanimous and chose you, I'm not saying you should give him your life. At the same time, we should take it easy. Governor Wike, if you say it does not matter, okay, you face whatever you see. If you want to see wishes...
But Governor Fayose, you look at it, yes, I agree, and I made this point earlier in asking my questions. I said it's important for us to recognize those who have helped us in life, either as a student, as a child, as a worker, and in any aspect of life. We need to give credence to those who have helped us and whom we've climbed on their backs or on their shoulder. But there are those who will say, what about Wike? Did Wike acknowledge those who have helped him? Why is the world or people wanting Fubara to almost kill himself just because they're asking him to be subservient to Wike? Is it fair to say those are some of the arguments from Rivers people?
Let me say to you, Shehu, Wike is not in a position to be governor today. He was once a governor. Fubara needs Wike more than you think. These ones you are saying, everything everybody is saying about Wike, you understand? It is people with great stars that people talk about negatively. When I was the governor of Ekiti, they were drawing my shirt. They were pulling me. Fayose was bad, Fayose this, Fayose that. That is the way. What it is, the man, I don't know how to say it in Yoruba, the man on the horse is the one that will take care. All other things we are saying were yesterday. Like I told you, I assured you that people are saying the end of the road for Wike, the end of the road, what Wike has achieved in life. Most of the people talking, they have not achieved anything. Wike's life is built. My own little life is built. I don't care what you say. But if Governor Fubara still wants to be in that office, he doesn't want turbulence. It's in his hands. Don't come and talk about Wike.
Governor Fayose, let me quickly take you away from River State. I'll take you to national politics now. And you still remain in the PDP. But there are fears, and there are those who are worried how you've taken the fight to Governor Makinde. There are those who see betrayal in it. There are those who say that why would Fayose be doing that? They say you went too far. And there are those who are also of the opinion that 2027 there is going to be a major decision by the Nigerian people. And those who think that maybe the governors who are defecting are going in one way, the people have the possibility of massively going in the other direction. Are you worried that there might be, you are standing historically on the unpopular side of life?
Let me tell you, Shehu, I've said it on this platform, and you are the anchor. What has gone wrong in G5? 5 of them were sitting governors with some of us who are former governors. What has gone wrong till today? Tell me. And don't forget, I want to say this, it was on my phone that Governor Wike first spoke with Governor of Lagos State. It was me and others that told Governor Wike, these Atiku people, the way they are, you can't stay here with him. People that can't keep promises, you have to move. And eventually, I called Governor Sanwo-Olu and told him, Governor Wike would like to talk to you. They spoke, and their first visit, 5 of them, late Aketi, former governor of Ondo, Governor Fayemi, governor of Lagos State, and about 2 others, I went to wait for them in Port Harcourt. And that was how God helped Asiwaju and others to consummate a beginning. So, Governor Makinde has once told me, I stand to be corrected. Now, you are the anchor. You asked me there are 3 people from the South, because we are saying South, 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 South. I said, you said Governor Asiwaju, you said Governor Makinde and Obi. I said, don't go into Governor Makinde's matter. Governor Makinde told me with his mouth that he is a Yoruba man that will never be used against another Yoruba man. That he will never be used against Asiwaju in his lifetime. He told me, and I leave that between him and God Almighty. So when you asked me the question, I said, don't drag Governor Makinde into it. And I said, nothing has changed between 2023 and now. So I am still with Asiwaju. I don't hide. Obi is my friend. He visits me because I don't tell lies to people. But let me come and tell you, Shehu, Wike became a good influence on so many people. Today, at that time, Wike was the bad leg who went to support Asiwaju. But this is an exodus. The PDP is now no more, technically. Technically, PDP is no more, until there is a pronouncement of court to establish which line of a party is right. So let me say to you, 27 for Asiwaju, it's obvious. Tell me what is happening in ADC. Obi is the only life in APC. ADC. Obi is the only life. If Obi had gone to remain in Labour or has gone to Accord, he is the only life there. All other people there, They are semi-unexistent. They are semi-unexistent. They are not existing. They are old drawn forces, used forces. They can engage me or I don't care.
So,
go ahead.
Governor Fayose, and I'm looking at some of the things people are saying. Some people think that you are compromised. Why would that be if that is its case?
Compromise what? Compromise what? Compromise
because of
what?
Your stance.
What is my stance, Shehu? I have not got.
You're fighting your very good friend, Mark.
I have not got.
You are supporting APC. Why being a member of the PDP?
No. Shehu, openly, I supported Ashwaju in 2023. I didn't hide it. Till now, I'm still there. I don't jump. I've said it to you. I'm not a member of APC, and I will never be. Ashwaju, myself and Ashwaju have not going to give me anything.
Do you regret, Governor Fayose, that you are one of those? Do you regret, Governor Fayose, that you are one of those who have effectively destroyed the People's Democratic Party? Do you regret that?
Atiku destroyed it. Atiku destroyed PDP. Tambuwa,
but some of you, they said, in bearing the PDP.
Let me tell you,
is that fair? A party that has helped some of you to become one of the biggest politicians in Nigeria.
Yes, politics is not fair. Politics is not fair. Life itself is not balanced. Everybody stands where they will be able to say the truth to Nigerians. I'm not contesting any election, and I've not asked anybody for favor. Nothing will take me away. You know, let me quickly say this and round it up. Do you know I never knew these incidents will happen between Governor Fubara and Governor Wike in life. I was seated on the high table the day Governor Fubara was sworn in, and we're on the high table in Rivers. And I told Governor Wike, I want to say one or two things to tell Governor Fubara not to betray you. He said, no, I should not say it. He cannot do it. I should not do it. In my own usual way of telling people the truth, I came out. I said, my brother, lock all your windows. Don't listen to people. This Wike are people that brought you. Remain with them. Don't look for Wike's trouble. If you look for Wike's trouble, you will get, it will be to no end. Oh. I said it. And I'm saying it again. I'm not a prophet. Many prayers will be said.
Do you think that this impeachment
listen to this one,
to the very end?
Just wait.
Do you think they might be able to succeed?
Just wait. I'm not a prophet, and I'm still telling you. So many prayers, fasting and prayers, will be the only thing that can save Fubara in this one. My prayer is that God will enter his mind. President will assist to calm him down, to remember that the danger. One will be in his house before you realize so. I was already in exile before I realized. When somebody says, take Wike off the way, would you take what Wike is off the way? Would you take Rivers away from Wike? Yeah. Don't you see the people popping out? You understand? As he goes about his rally.
All right. Governor Fayose, we're totally out of time.
Thank you.
But thank you so much indeed. It's good to have you on the program. It's a new year, and I see that you're ready for the weekend, as well as some of our viewers who are watching tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I'm Seun Okimale. God bless Nigeria.